So I decided that I'm going to start a new vlog. For those of you who don't know, the term is video blog, so vlog. And I've decided that I think I'm going to name it Joy in the Journey, and there's going to be random segments of just snippets of my life because there's different joy in the moments and joys and sorrow along the way, but sometimes I think for us, and for me especially, I don't tend to focus on the joy, I tend to focus on the sorrow and the pain. But so from this point on, I might share stories, I might share fitness tips, I might share worship, I might share spiritual moments. I mean, it's just probably going to be a little bit of a hodgepodge, but at any rate, I feel like this is kind of the next phase of my life. For those of you who don't know, I am 35 now. Woo! And this past year has been kind of a definite journey of trust, faith, and just trying to believe God for what He has for me. I am currently living in California. I'm about to make my trek back to Chicago. Came out here to, kind of the short story is, came out here to see how things would work with a boy, and it did not go well. So we ended things, and I will be starting my trek back to Chicago without a job, kind of like an apartment. I have an apartment-ish to live, but I think God's calling me to just take a step of faith and do this Chicago thing. So I feel like when you don't know what you're supposed to do, you go back to what you know. But anyway, so this kind of idea has started because there's been all this lag time and kind of almost, if you allow it, no job for the past at least 2 weeks. I kind of moonlit a substitute taught for my friend in Ontario. That went really well. Was glad when it ended. Lasted for about 3 months. Love the kids. But I don't know if I could do teaching again. It's a lot of work. Emotionally. And then I found myself December working for UPS, which was so fun. Doesn't really pay the bills, but it was a lot of fun to help deliver packages during the Christmas season. I got to drive a golf cart and deliver packages. So if you hear that that's really a thing, it's true. I can attest. I got to drive around the neighborhood in Florida or in California and deliver packages. So did that. That was kind of a fun little snippet. And then from that point on, I have not been employed permanently or part-timely with a corporation. I actually have been just kind of moonlighting and babysitting for my cousins on the side, and just pretty much asking the Lord to reveal what's next. And I am, as kind of nerve-wracking as it is to have all this downtime, it's also nice and probably the only time in my life that I can actually just pause and kind of really focus and retreat and just figure out what is next. And so it's been kind of cool to see the Lord use this babysitting gig. So I'm in the middle of the mountains, which are gorgeous, and it is it's like a retreat here. So I technically don't quote unquote work until my little cousin gets out of school. So I have my mornings free, and so I find myself in this stage of just figuring out my own routine and getting up and doing breakfast and then going to the gym and then spending time with Jesus. And then this idea of a vlog has kind of started to fester and stir. And so thus, step of faith, we're gonna do this. I know for those of you who watched, I also posted a Facebook Live worship video, which I am totally going to continue to do. I know the Lord, that's also another piece of this journey for me, is figuring out what the next calling is. And I know specific things that the Lord has revealed. There's a call to worship. For sure, there's a call to the issue of human trafficking, and so want to eventually start a bakery that would teach refugees a trade and make them marketable to then make money. But above that bakery in Chicago, actually, I would love to put housing, because one of the hugest needs for refugees and victims of human trafficking is they don't have places to live. So want to partner with local organizations. That's kind of just a vision in the works. Not sure how that's all going to play out, but been praying about that. But until some of those things get started, what do you do? And so I don't know where you are at in your life, but there's this kind of period of God has promised me certain things, and also this whole singleness issue plays into that. But in the middle of hearing the word of God and then hearing his promises for you, but also the fulfillment of that. There's this whole like time in between that the Lord has just been reminding me that it's a waiting time. And if I'm honest, I don't really like that. I hate it, actually. And so like this kind of time, the Lord is kind of like challenging me to find hope in that and to find his presence in that. And so along the way, I know, again, hope and joy in the journey. Maybe I'll change it to hope and joy in the journey. I don't know. But kind of just needing to find an outlet for some of my thoughts, and was hoping to, get some support, and then who knows where it'll lead. But today I know that was a long segue, but I just kind of want to give you like a background of where this will go from here. But today is Friday, and in a lot of terms, it is Friday Fun Day. It could also be termed Fitness Friday Fun Day. I don't know. Anyway, but so here's my funny moment for you this morning. I decided to get up and go to the gym, which I did not feel like doing because, hello, it's Friday. It's very rainy here. I don't know. You can't see that. Let me see if I can show you outside. Let me see. Can we turn? I guess we can't turn the camera around. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. But outside this window, oh crap, you can't see it. But trust me when I say there is no sun, or at least you can't see it. It is all clouds. So cloudy. Boo. Don't like it. Anyway, so made myself get up. And one of the things that you also should know is I am working on a goal. I would love, and it's been on my bucket list for a while, to do a small baby triathlon. So, right. For those of you who know me well, you're like thinking, didn't you just have surgery in 2015 on your knee to repair your ACL and you're not supposed to run more than 15 minutes? That is correct. However, I don't care. I hope you're not watching, Carrie. Love you, but I know my limits. One of my limits is I can only run for 15 minutes at a time, and that's it. That's fine with me. I can bike, I can swim, and I'll do all those other things. So, anyway, in July, there is this baby triathlon that I was asked to be a part of by a friend. Hey, Michigan, hey, girl. So I have not run, though, since my surgery in 2015, and so I am a little out of shape when it comes to actually running consistently. So today, it was my goal. I've been starting to train for, in the running section at least, for this past week, and doing like increments of like 1.5 minutes walking, 2 minutes running, to kind of build up endurance, right? So this morning I was like in my third set, and I had gone up to like 3 minutes, and I'm like jogging like this on the treadmill, had my headphones in, and I was just in my, okay, how many more minutes do I have to run? And then all of a sudden I went, whoa, and like almost fell off the treadmill. Thought I was gonna hit the floor. Praise the Lord, there are people around me that did not say anything, because how they would have, I would have busted, but I definitely busted out laughing. Would have been way more fun if people would have been here that would have known me, that we could have laughed about it together. So now I'm putting it on here, and that was my Friday fun moment, joy in the journey. The piece of joy that you can take away from it is I didn't break my other ankle. I didn't break my other knee. I'm still alive. So, what kind of joy moments do you guys have today? So I guess that's kind of the question is along this journey of sorrow and suffering and waiting and goodness and faithfulness and the many different avenues of where God has led you, where can we rejoice in finding him, and where can we find joy? I'm sure as we kind of begin to record some of these, and you'll also figure out, I've been reading this book by Brene Brown called Daring Greatly. And she is a shame researcher and talks about this idea of joy and gratefulness kind of deflecting shame. And so sometimes the last chapter I was reading was talking about foreboding joy, like not allowing ourselves to fully enjoy the joyful moments, because a lot of times we associate that with grief and what's next, and worry and anxiety. And so we don't allow ourselves as people to truly enjoy those joyful moments like we were when we were kids. And so the challenge is really to find unmerited, childlike joy in the middle of life. So that was my funny moment. And then my joy moment, I think this week, is just to enjoy God's presence in the middle of this waiting period and figuring out how he can breathe new life. So what is that for you? I will talk to you next time. Peace out, Cub Scout. Bye.